Hello, every anime Reflux. So Slice is not here because, oh yeah, he got bit by a spider. That's messed up.
Yeah, he got struck by a recluse, so it's kind of really bad if you don't get it treated. So
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I probably should have looked it up before we recording. Yeah. So yeah, Slicer isn't here, but we have Blush back. Yay, Blush is here.
Hi! Yay!
Yay. So, anime for this week is Etotama.
You sound like you struggled pronouncing that.
I'm not. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around what exactly that means. The show did not go to great lengths to try and explain it.
or anything at all.
And they lampshaded that.
Yeah.
This show doesn't take itself seriously very much.
Yeah, it was about the part where it turned into admittedly gorgeous CGI shonen battle anime that I realized, holy crap, this is just a crack-fic anime version.
Basically, yeah. It was so entertaining, but it was so strange. I think that's what made it work, because otherwise it would have just been another mediocre anime, but this sticks out.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, pseudo-mystical girl moves in with ordinary guy so that she can fulfill some divine plan thing is pretty much a genre all on its own.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them, and it gets difficult to differentiate between them after a while.
I don't think we're actually ever given the main character's name until she says it.
We aren't.
I mean, she
And-
says it immediately as soon as she appears, but sure.
Yeah, but we don't know. They haven't met before, right?
The male
That's-
character, Casey.
Oh, the male character. Yeah,
the male
he's
character.
not the main character. He's a...
I say main
Convenient
character because I saw
exposition.
him first, rather. Male character, yeah. The male main character, I guess. Whereas you got the yeah.
Oh dear.
We lost Blush.
We lost Blush.
Hi, Blush.
We found Blush. So our male main character, I guess, if he's actually a character,
I
we're-
mean, you'd think so normally, but with the way the formula goes, I mean, based on the opening, it seems like he is. All right. So we open in Japan with the male main character. What was his name?
T something. I don't care. enough to check.
it really doesn't matter.
Okay, so
technically, we actually open on the shittiest cat I have ever seen in anime. Just a little white thing with the weirdly round face.
Wasn't there a fight between the rat girl and the cat girl?
I think that was in the opening.
I feel like that was what started it off, and it's like, oh yeah, and then the cat lost and didn't get to join the Zodiac.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
remember. I
No,
think there was like
had
an
this-
opening narration crawl thing. I think, well, not crawl, but it was a voice thing. But I don't
I
remember any of it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I skipped it.
Yeah. What
Um,
came later pretty much blew it out of the water, as far as my memory's concerned.
All right. So we see the male main character, crowded street in Japan. He's pulling a very large and heavy cart, just crossing a street. And suddenly, when the walk sign comes up, his cart is laden down with 9 women who are, they just come out of nowhere and they're telling him to get moving. And
Every single one of them, individually, tells him to get moving.
Mhm.
And then he's
Um,
just like, get off my cart, who are you? And they're
And
like,
then-
it's a street interview.
And we just flash through all of them one at a time, and we go ox, tiger, rabbit, snake,
It
horse.
doesn't matter.
is monkey.
They're
It
the
doesn't
Zodiac.
matter. It's the
There-
Chinese zodiac.
Zodiac.
There was no time to read them, so just there's
I paused to read some of them. The rooster one is hilarious because it doesn't look like a rooster.
Yeah.
Come on.
I
You just
think
put wings on her.
I think it's intentional that you can't read all of them because the joke is you can't remember all of them. No one can remember the full Chinese zodiac is the joke for the entire episode.
Yes, it is, because they're there apparently conducting a survey, which it seems like it might be the truth, and they're just challenging people to list off the entire Chinese zodiac in order. So male main character goes for that, and he goes halfway through it: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, and then he gets stuck. Can't remember that horse comes next.
You can't get past Snake.
Yeah,
Hey,
no one
you
can
know-
get past Snake. There's a joke there. I'm going to let it pass.
Metal
Everything else
Gear.
though.
Yeah, no, I I don't know anything about really the Zodiac in terms of their order or anything. So I
Fine.
probably would have failed this immediately.
I know them because of Jackie Chan Adventures.
You know what? That
funnily
I know
enough-
them. I don't know the order though.
I learned them in school and promptly forgot them because I never had to use that information ever.
Fruit
I know the
basket
order
taught me.
myself. It's just a sort of fascination with the organization of it, I guess.
Hmm.
Well, that
It
and
was like a race thing for who could cross a stream or something. I don't know. And one of them cheated, and that's why the dragon didn't win, basically.
Anyway,
we cut after we see some of the Zodiac girls celebrating and some of them sulking. We cut to main character moving into a house that he's supposedly renting for 300,000 yen per month, which translates to 2702.70 in US dollars and 2011.66 in Great Britain pounds for anyone who's
That's
intensely
Screw
interested.
that.
for renting a full house. That's not so bad.
That's what I figured. So it's basically the only catch is that a section of the living room is fuka fuka, which is Japanese onomatopoeia for being soft or fluffy.
Yeah, puffy, basically. Also, I want to point out it's 3,000 yen for a house that seems to be in Tokyo.
300.
Which-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
probably be expensive.
yeah. So
It's like getting an LA apartment, basically.
yeah, he's getting a deal, is what I'm saying. It seems.
You don't live on the West Coast, Zero. In case isn't even live in this country.
I equate it to living in London.
Or
Everything's
living
more
in like
expensive.
New York or LA or one of those big capitals of commerce.
Yeah, where people live in like, I don't know, 30
City
square
apartments
foot
for, like,
apartments because
3,500.
there is no space anywhere. Yeah, so he puts his hand in the puffy stuff and realizes, oh, there's a hole in there. Okay, that's pretty deep. Okay, I'll just avoid that and everything will be fine.
And then a cat girl pops out
As they do.
and
Naturally.
then just licks him.
Yeah. Were you excited by the lick?
No, not really.
No.
No.
He just is completely unfazed by the fact that Cat Girl just emerged from this hole in his living room and licked his face. Completely unfazed.
It's just a normal Tuesday for him, I guess.
I mean,
Well,
in
after
fairness,
being
he is the male protagonist of a pseudo-spiritual entity girl moves into a guy's house. He could probably actually just be the protagonist of all of those shows, and this really is Tuesday for him.
Oh, right. There's no fourth wall in this show. No respect for the fourth wall at all.
Nobody, like, this character just starts talking to her and bantering with her.
You know
she
what?
introduces herself as Nya Tan. Nya.
I respect the fact that you didn't freak out because I'm tired
Yeah.
of seeing that never show.
You know what? Props to that. Just kind of be like, I guess I'll just talk to this strange
Just
girl.
Fucking
roll.
roll with it.
Yeah.
I did
roll
like
with
that. Yeah. Just
So, yeah, they eventually get past the name thing that they're doing, where he confuses her saying Nyatan Nya as being her full name is Nyatan Nya.
and he's just stringing her along more.
Then I think he just kicks her out, if memory serves.
Yeah. If she keeps coming back, he's like, I'm going to call the cops.
Yep,
Get
she
out.
tries to set up a walking in on your younger sister in the bath scene, which he threatens to have her arrested for assault, and she says, civil or criminal? Both. Just tosses it around.
So dumb.
Then it was like a Kyoto housewife type scene was what she went for next, I think, where she makes a snack from leftovers, and I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be, but I think that's the joke.
And he's
Farming
like, yeah,
starfish.
I'm leaving now. I'm going to go buy food.
And then he comes back and finds a box in the living room, and it rustles and bursts open, and she's wearing a bow and nothing else.
Nothing but a bunch of bows. And he's like, I'm adding indecent exposure to that growing police list.
Yep. Then I believe another character shows up, and it's
The boar.
yeah. I didn't know what animal
Well,
was supposed to
before that, like, he gives her, like, a weird spirit orb pops out of his head. And then
Which
the boar,
Yeah,
then
they
the boar
explain
shows up.
be. Yeah.
And so then we get Boar talking about things that haven't been said yet, and when
she's-
he realizes that they haven't been said yet.
Like, really? You haven't done this exposition yet? We're almost at the end of the A part. Yeah, okay. Alright. It's this kind of show. Alright. Like, for so far, it's been pretty straightforward as far as these go, a little bit self-referential and parodying, but yeah, okay. No fourth wall. Alright, this is crack. Fair enough. Let's get on with this. Let's do this. I'm down.
Yep.
Yeah, so they exposit a little bit that the cat is a spirit, but a shitty one that isn't part of the Zodiac. And that's
And,
pretty much all we
yeah.
get before the dragon shows up.
Trying to get stronger or whatever to become part of the Zodiac.
Then the
Is that
dragon
how it
shows
works?
up and blows up the house.
Because why not?
Yeah, that's pretty much... We don't actually get an explanation for why, just... Gadoosh, and the house is gone.
And so she's trying to attack the cat girl just for being a failure, something like that. And cut to the B part, because the A part was, as we stated, almost over. And we see cat girl and boar girl talking to the guy and trying to get him to give some... What was it?
Solo, which is very unwieldy, even in English. So, credit to the Japanese voice actors who tried. Credit for them trying.
It's like, give it to me so that I can transform. It's like, wait, what? Well, let's rewind back to the foreshadowing of when this actually happened. Yeah, just do that again. I refilled your soap dispenser after I used it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Weird moment to mention it, but sure. And she gets the the cat face ball thing, and she takes it, and the most overblown but gorgeous transformation sequence I have quite possibly ever seen happens.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. And interestingly, it ends with her turning not into a spectacularly overblown magical girl, but into a chibi magical girl.
Yep.
And now here's the thing.
That's fantastic.
The best part of this for me would be if that happened, how much would they spend on the budget to do that? And also, what if they never did it again?
Oh,
Okay, well, we've got to assume they didn't spend all of the budget on that, because then we get the also gorgeous CGI shonen battle scene, which,
what if
oh
we-
god,
Okay,
I
this is
love
a-
What if they never did it again?
that would be amazing. But this is one thing I want to point out. This is a 2015 anime. It has some like really good CG.
Yeah.
Because normally
Yeah.
CG in anime tends to be
Terrible.
terrible, just
Yeah.
outright.
It
PlayStation
looks-
1 or PlayStation 2.
It looks like something from one of the Ninja Storm games, which is it's high praise. Those games are gorgeous.
It's heavily stylized, and because of that, it works really well. And
Yeah.
just the animations themselves are just smooth, and the facial expressions as well are just, they add on to it.
To clarify, this CGI thing, it's when Chibi Dragon and Chibi Cat get transported through a magical portal into an arena that shows up on a television that
Yeah.
spontaneously appears for Boar Girl and the guy to watch as they go
Convenient.
through.
And he's like, "What's this?" And she's like, "Oh, it's this thing. But we won't explain it now. We'll explain it in the next battle."
And he actually asks if it's okay for them not to be giving that exposition.
I love this show. I did not expect to love this show. I am so glad we vetoed the other thing that came up last week so that we could watch this show.
So she fights. It's like, "You betrayed me. Why?"
Was it
And-
all a lie? Yes.
Anime cliches. I should have known something was up right then and there, but I didn't.
Yep. I
it's like-
totally saw that. Yeah, this is what the. Okay, fine.
And she loses, and she's like, "Oh," and she starts crying, and the dragon girl's like, "You can stop crying. It's actually pretty embarrassing now." And so we tried to do this tragic plot thing so that you would kind of accept her, because apparently you're now her master, and that's how things work. So did it work? Tragic heroine, betrayal.
Eh,
Uh,
basically his response.
And he's just like, "My house!
Yeah.
Why?"
finally notices that the house, which apparently had a portal to another world, if we touched on that, not really important.
Why
Maybe
would you just destroy his house like that? Yes, I was paying the rent.
Yeah, he'll get it back in the next episode, probably.
Probably.
What if he didn't and they just continued on? We had to find a new place.
You know what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna watch more of the show.
I am too.
Yeah. All right.
That's about where the episode ends, with him realizing that the house has been destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah. This was so weird, but it was weird in the best possible way.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
It was delightful.
Oh,
That's a word
also
I don't
that
use very
shitty
often.
cat shows up at the end of the episode. Also, the shitty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last thing that happened.
Casey, why do you care about this cat?
Because it's a show about a cat spirit, and they actually have a cat in the show, but the cat is a shitty cat.
You are the only person that cares.
I know, which is why I have to talk about it, Kenshi.
Okay, fine, whatever. Do what you want. I don't care.
There we go.
Okay, so all of us seem to like the show, except Zero hasn't been speaking up.
Hmm?
Did you
What are
like
your
this
thoughts,
show,
Zero?
boy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this was a good week.
Oh yeah.
I was very confused by this show, but then once I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I think I know what this is." Then I started to just get more into it.
I did like the show, although I do regret not hearing everyone's rage at the show we rolled last week before this one.
I don't think it would have been rage. I think it would have been boredom.
It would have been just a lot of sighing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, any final thoughts?
Watch this if you want something that doesn't take itself very seriously at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, agreed. I normally don't even like parodies, but breaking the fourth wall, yeah, that's... They do it right, and I love it.
Yeah. As a trope, breaking the fourth wall can make or break a show. If you do it badly, and it's really easy to do it badly, your show is going to end up trash. If you do it well, hopefully you have something else to also make the show good, because it's not especially great as a trope on its own.
Yeah, well. Alright, so...
What I was trying to say, sorry, is it's a risky play that you have to be confident enough in your own work to pull off. And they were really confident with this show. Is very clear. They had a lot of faith in this idea that they were on the right track, and they knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it took a little while for the incredulity to wear off, but yeah, this was good.
Yeah, it took like 5 minutes after realizing what was happening to be like, oh, okay, this is happening. And then you have to settle in and just roll with it. Like Dude Man did. Main character guy. He rolled with it. Why can't you?
Oh, we did actually miss a scene. There was another scene with the rest of the Zodiac, and they interview another guy about...
He also cannot get past Snake.
Yep. So they decided, oh, hey, why don't we try just doing it in Chinese? And they do it several times in Chinese, as if trying to teach the audience. And then they just start chanting it down the street.
And then I forgot.
Everyone is sweat dropping as they're watching this scene.
Yeah.
Just ends with them going, hi, 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 hi.
Yeah. So, rolling?
Yeah.
Got the list ready.
Very well then. Today, or this week, we start with 4.
4D. Oh,
D.
and do bear in mind, we have an extra veto this week.
So we do.
91.
All right, 91. That's you, Blush. If you don't like the show, you can veto the hell out of it.
I figured it was me.
And I also have mine, but I'm not going to use it probably. All right, 80.
80 even?
Yes.
Something tells me that this is another product placement show. Dragon Collection.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We have done so many of these.
Okay.
Anata was just your normal high schooler until one day when things started to move. Okay. He gets entangled in a phone game called Dragon Collection, with his only redeeming quality being lucky. What can he do about conquering the world?
And look at the Wikipedia page for this. Dragon Collection is a Japanese social network game.
Created by Konami, of course.
Oh, God.
Hold on. I need to check to make sure it's 11 minutes long. Screw this show.
We've done that before.
We have.
You know what?
Okay, we still need to call everyone as, hey, we gonna veto this one? It's just collective?
Yeah. Yes.
You know, as tempted as I am to learn more about Dragon Earth, I'm gonna say no. I don't want this. Let's
I don't
veto.
want any part of the show.
Yeah.
I'm done with vetoing it.
Very
Alright.
well. Take
Cool.
it from the top.
Very well then. All right. In an effort to get as far away from this show, which name I've already forgotten, as possible, we
Dragon
get.
Collection.
I didn't want to remember. 12.
12.
That's what I
That's
told you. L.
L. 36.
You know, for that last one, we were fairly close to Dragon Ball.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
All right, so, we gotta look very hard for this one. 3.
3. Lamune. Lamune.
Okay.
Laminate. Laminate
Laminate.
tells a story of a boy named Venji. Kenji. The print is small. Bear with me. And his childhood friend Nanami. although everyone seems to know that they have a relationship, neither are determined to push it any more than close friends. The story goes through flashbacks explaining why they are such close friends, and any action doesn't seem to push them apart, but draw them closer.
It's a plain slice of life anime.
Veto.
You don't have a veto of your own.
I'm putting myself up for a group veto. I don't want to watch this.
It's full
boring.
It is. It is full length. I don't want this. I don't want this at all.
It's your call, Kenshi.
Yeah, it is.
There's still too many weeks left in the year. I can't waste it on this. There are still like 30 weeks left in the year.
You do realize that this sort of anime is the sort that Blush makes stories based off of, right? She's not going to veto this.
I'm aware of that when she didn't even try to speak up at all and you threw me under the bus there. So there's nothing I can do. I have to stick it out.
It sounds boring to me too, but it's not worth a veto.
We could do another group veto, but I really think we should limit it to... Well, what do you think?
Like one per turn is what you're thinking?
Since when? We did like 4 one day.
Yeah, but there is concern that we're just starting to abuse that whole thing a little bit.
Let's limit it to 2 group vetoes per week. That seems fair. No more than 2.
All right.
Of course, that's if all of us want to veto this show again.
That's okay. I'm not group vetoing this. I will be the devil.
Well,
So-
you had better be here next week,
My soul
Blush.
slightly.
So,
Of course, it's a visual novel. Of course, it is.
Well, yeah, duh. But Ken, last chance?
No,
Nope.
there will
All
be
right.
something worse. I just really don't want to watch this.
You know, we're not vetoing this, but let's just roll again to see what we have.
No.
No, That's not how this works.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it is.
All right, fine. Fine.
All right. So, laminate.
Hey, there's a lady.
Plastic.
There's a lady jewel pet.
Of course
What?
there is.
What does that even mean? I have to look at this. Hold on.
Oh dear, it's not on the list because Jewel
It's a
Pet is
Jewel Pet
already.
series, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Nobody
don't want any
has-
part of that.
Nobody has written any fan fictions for La Monet. I guess we'll have to be the first.
And by we mean Blush, of course.
Don't you put
Don't
that on
put that
her?
on me.
I will write it myself, and I will call it Ramune, and it will be fun.
And it'll be
I mean,
like
that's
It'll be
basically
like
the
Gur and Jesus. 200
It'll-
words, all killer, no filler.
And it'll
Casey,
also,
take us out of here.
it of course has to be a Naruto crossover.
Of course.
Just
Of course.
Casey,
Okay, I was just reading through the comments to see what people are saying, and yeah, it's you guys remember it was Clannad, right?
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave that there. So yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Yay! Anime Reflux.
Yeah.
We're doing probably boring.
I'll
I was
get
gonna
my,
say rom-com, but there's gonna be no comedy. It's just gonna be all.
I'll get my first official La Monet fan fiction ready.
Right.
You do.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.